So in this segment, I want to discuss the encampments at the universities, the pro-Palestine encampments, and I think this is great. We've seen it in America. Obviously, the American police very heavy-handed to the point where they started throwing protesters, especially like older women, to the ground, effectively slamming faces on pavements and things, because the American police are just a bunch of lunatics in certain states. But this video here is really cool. Honestly, I learned a bit watching this. I covered this during the live stream, but it's definitely worth covering again.
Our lovely campers are sleeping. We set them up this morning. Over here we've got a banner of a group that I'm part of, Cambridge Jews for Justice in Palestine. There's many of us here in Cambridge, Jews who believe that it is our duty to speak out against the genocide that is being carried out in our name by the Israeli state. We don't stand for that. We're here to support the Palestinian people and bring freedom to Palestine. So this sign here says Cambridge Land Justice because we are on land owned by the University of Cambridge, and we are demanding that the University of Cambridge divests from all its involvement in Israeli apartheid and the genocide of the Palestinian people. Back there we have a multi-faith prayer space. We're going to have events. We're going to have Joma on Friday. We're going to have Friday night dinner for the Jews as well, and everyone's invited. Everyone's going to share their cultures, share their faiths.
I think this is really cool. Juma on Friday, prayers on Friday for Muslim people is very important. I didn't know there was like a Friday night dinner thing for Jewish people. I didn't know there was any kind of significance there. I didn't know it was a thing. So it's quite cool. Learning stuff, watching this guy in action.
As we keep on going.
What does that say about the space?
Yeah, well, it's welfare is really important. We want everyone to have a place where they can go and have a bit of quiet time, but we also want to be sharing our cultures. We want to learn, and we're going to have lots of teach-ins. We have stuff scheduled, speakers coming, academics, writers, and we all want to learn, and we all want to share this space together. And I think it's an amazing thing we've created.
Tell me about what you're wearing today.
So, well, I'm wearing Crocs on my feet because it's muddy. I've got a Palestine Football Association shirt supporting Palestine and also supporting the wonderful sport that's football. I've got a scarf that resembles a keffiyeh, the traditional dress of Palestine, and on my head I'm wearing a kippah because I believe that right now I am carrying out a religious action. It is my religious duty to speak out against the genocide being carried out in my name as a Jew. In the Jewish faith, we are commanded to wear the kippah when we're carrying out anything that we feel to be a religious act. And
so again, that's something I didn't know about that.
That's why I'm wearing it right now. Over here we have a banner made by our campers which reads, "Welcome to the People's University for Palestine." We believe this to be a university that belongs to the people, that belongs to its students who, after all, are paying the fees to be here. And we believe that we have the right to demand the uni to divest from the genocide and to give in to our demands. And we will not leave until that happens. So over here we have a banner also made by our campers which reads, "Divest from genocide, drop Elbit, Caterpillar, Rolls-Royce." And those are three companies that the uni is invested in. So Elbit Systems are a weapons company that provide drones to the Israeli state to carry out murders of innocent Palestinian citizens. Caterpillar provides bulldozers that use in illegal demolitions of buildings in illegal settlements.
That one there, Caterpillar, that's one I wasn't too familiar with as well. This is something that happens a lot with certain people. Their houses get demolished. If someone in the West Bank especially, we've heard stories of if one of your families is involved in any kind of Israel anti-Israel action, be it violent or non-violent, your house can be demolished and settlers will take your land. So I've heard stories about that as well, and I think we've seen footage of it over the years. So that one there, Caterpillar, is quite interesting. Elbit, weapon supplier, and then he goes on to talk about Rolls-Royce.
And Rolls-Royce likewise supplying weapons, supplying parts for the drones that the Israeli state is using. So we want Cambridge University to remove all ties with these companies, and we won't leave here until those demands are met.
And that's another thing where, like, Rolls-Royce, some of these big companies, they're not just involved in one major thing. Like, people think Rolls-Royce only make cars, but they're involved in multiple different things. And divesting from these companies over supporting Israel or being involved in the genocide is important because that hits their bottom line, and that's where investors are going to look at how come we're losing money, how come the company's losing money, because our share price is falling because people are selling stocks. effectively, and that's a really important tool. Divestment is a really important tool that I think people don't talk about enough of. Beyond just boycotts, boycotts are important as well. Divestments are just as important, I think.
And just over here we have our library for the encampment. We've had donations from lots of publishers, including Haymarket Books, Friends of Al-Aqsa. We've got lots of canonical texts here for our campers to read and enjoy while we're here. As I said, we're all learning. We're trying to foster a community. We're trying to learn from each other and learn from texts that have inspired many protesters that have come before us and will come after us. So we're actually in exam term right now. So a lot of students are either writing dissertations or preparing for exams coming up in a few weeks. So yeah, we've got a revision space. As I said, we've got a library, we've got a quiet space over there. Everyone's supporting each other in their preparation for exams. And as I said, learning off each other and, being here, a lot of people are writing about their activism. A lot of people are revising for exams in which they're going to talk about this kind of thing. So it's a great way to create that kind of community. And prepare for our exams.
I think this is really cool. It's difficult going through, I think, third year exams. Like, I would struggle, especially if I was doing, this kind of process. But, they're obviously a lot smarter than me, given that the university they're at, but also the fact that, they're willing to make some sacrifice to protest. I do respect it a lot. This is not just happening at Cambridge, multiple other universities. We are seeing encampments, and I'm glad that they're protesting. I always debate the effectiveness of protesting, but at least they're trying, which you have to respect them for. So hopefully they can push the university to divest from these companies, at least whilst the genocide is going on. After that, I'm sure the university will go back to their investments. But at least we can get something temporary, hit the share price. Hopefully it'll be good. But I'm glad they're protesting, and Gen Z, they seem all right. But anyways, let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, comment, share, subscribe, support the channel on Patreon if you can, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.